Hello guys, it's been a couple of days since I did a video. I didn't have anything to cover, but we have a huge problem right now on the VN server. And I also want to discuss the new CHARMS sets and probably the bug or the miss they made. And I also want to talk about the effects of AFK Stages and new heroes this season. So, as you can see, on Cryonaya, I'm just trying her out and don't go for her if you're free to play. I'm just trying her out, and for some reason, even though we can't craft these charms yet, you can buy them through the merchant. So, let's see, let's buy someone else's. So, let's redeem that one. Who is someone I've summoned for? I've done some summons for Lorsen, for example. Oh, Siren, I mean. So, here I can buy the merch. I can buy the charms. So, go in here. And let's just go in again. I can't craft this until I clear floor 38. So, let's jump back out and let's go into Dura's Trial. And you're like, oh yeah, let's just push to floor 38 and then maybe you can craft them. Oh wait! You need to wait another 12 days before you can craft them. So, this is a huge problem in my eyes, because that means that everyone that's gone in, or all the spenders that's gone in on all the heroes, will have the benefits of having RNG where they get set pieces and even stronger heroes. So maybe they will be able to knock down people in Dream Realm Arena, in Supreme Arena, heck, even performing better than others in Clash Fronts with this going on, because Charms is really important, and if someone just high roll and being a bit lucky and getting a set, I know that will be a very low probability that someone gets an entire set, but look, I was pretty close there. And if I would have gotten it, I would have gotten a huge boost to HP and attack. And for a hero that's pretty good, like Valka in PvP, that would change how Clash Front works. So hopefully this is just a bug and not a feature. Hopefully they will change it before global. I've already reported this problem. So hopefully they can fix it before that happens. Because this is really strange. Like, whales don't need more reasons to spend and to just randomly be ahead of free-to-play in that sense. We already have the season milestones with the Gazette bonuses. That makes it so spenders get artifacts 1 week ahead of free-to-play. So that's already been punishing enough. We don't need more stuff to just break the game or make free-to-play feel even further behind. And a lot of you will probably argue that this is not a big deal, but it is. Even for whales, when it comes to this stuff, if someone just high rolls or get a good set before everyone else, they will be able to dominate them for 2 weeks. And 2 weeks of resources and whales having to be frustrated about not getting the proper set is actually a huge problem. Because you want to create as little friction as possible. And I know this argument isn't going like for a lot of you guys and doesn't include you guys. But I think it's just this is intended, it's a fail in the design for sure. Like, this is really outrageous. And I don't think it's... If you're already able to summon for the unit, you already have that benefit over everyone that doesn't have the ability to be able to summon for the unit. So, getting even more with the charms, boosting those heroes, I don't like it. That's for sure. But let's jump over to the global count. And let's just jump in quickly to... I'm actually just gonna turn off the music for this one, because there have been some copyright issues lately. But let's also talk about the heroes from the perspective of this AFK stage limitation. I know probably free-to-play haven't been able to keep up, but there's also not a lot of incentive to go for new units this season because of the AFK stage limitation as well. And also, basically all the units that come out, or heroes that's been released this season, have just been PvP heavy units. With this AFK stage limitation, it's actually made me focus on other stuff. So let's just check some of the units that have been released. Iron, for example, sure, he got some good use cases, probably in AFK stages, and he's a really strong PvP hero. From a testing I witnessed on Turtle Eggs stream, for example, he looks really good in PvP. Talon, well, I don't know what to say about him. He's just a tank that is in the tank, basically, and I haven't seen any use cases for him. Can we get into Valka? Sure, she has some use cases, and that's also just one of those. She's good in PvP, but she haven't been used in other places than PvP, basically. So you have some... I think she's been good for some, like, fights in, like, Realm and so on as well, but again, very low use cases, and it's just one of those issues where if you're placing decently, like, should I go for the unit just so I get some additional rewards here? I don't think it's worth it. Sure, it gives me some additional resources over time, but I don't know if I can compete enough there. In Supreme Arena, oh, I actually got knocked back even further because I haven't set my formation properly. But same thing here, I usually stay top 50. And when it comes to rewards here, they are basically the same, because what you're really interested in here is the hourglasses. And there's no point of going like heavy units for that reason either. So what I kind of want to pull units for is for Dream Realm, AFK stages, and also for later on in the season, like Ravage Realm and Primal Lords. Like that are the modes I'm really interested in. So this release of like heavy PvP units isn't that great, because it doesn't benefit the casual player in any way. And I know they need to cater to spenders as well, but we need more well-rounded heroes that has some use cases in every mode and not just these heavy PvP units. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I feel like
who could possibly stand against
a combination of just releasing like PvP heroes when you introduced a mode where, for example, like this, like the AFK stage limitations. What would have been really good is start out this season with a really good PvE hero for AFK stages, just so free to play had a solid reason to summon for someone that's changing the meta, and also giving them the opportunity to push. But for everyone else, like I've always stayed ahead, so it haven't been a problem. But releasing a really good PvE hero, so free to play could have kept up better with the season, would have made this season feel better for free to play players, and not stressing about how they are gonna reach this stage limit. Because even though it was really good to push AFK stages in the past season, because in the past season, even as free to play, if you have pushed and made sure that you have gotten to that stage where you're at such a high deficit in levels that you can't push anymore, even then it felt kind of good in a sense, because you know you're at the highest possible progress. But with this limitation, what it does is it feels like you falling behind, because you get this incentive to be like, oh, this is what everyone should be at this day. So I don't know how it's kept up with free to play. Please leave a comment down below how you kept up with the AFK stages or this limitation as a free to play player. It would be really interesting to know. And also please, with that, leave like how long you've been playing, because I know newer free to play players doesn't have an established account, so you will struggle even further to keep up with this, like I do on my VN account, for example. But that's also one of the reasons why this just makes free-to-play players feel bad in a sense, because before, when you pushed as far as you could, at least you know you were stuck at that one and not missing out on something. It just changes the mentality behind AFK stages, because it feels like, oh, this is where I should be, but you can't reach it. So hopefully we get some really good PvE heroes as well. So if they continue this the next season, we can start out the next season and progressing further, because we have a really good PvE hero that can push AFK stages. And it would also just be really nice to have something that changes up the PvE meta a bit, so you don't just go Aaron comp all the time like this. It would be nice to see a different synergy that just clears AFK stages. So that was a bit of a rant about CHARMS and AFK stages and how it's been so far in the season. I actually really like the new system with Lucky Flip though. I will cover this more on Monday and release another video for free-to-play and beginners and how they should use this to their advantage. But as always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.